Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHOSLC Bronwyn Newport's husband, Todd struck with dog attack lawsuits. RHOSLC newcomer, Bronwyn Newport's husband, Todd Bradley, has been struck with dog attack lawsuits. Apparently, the couple has some unruly pooches, and those affected are taking legal action. So what happened exactly? Keep reading for more details. When Bronwyn Newport stepped onto the RHOSLC scene for Season 5, viewers did not know what to make of her. She was over the top in more ways than one. Bronwyn wore next to nothing for lunch dates in the 0-degree weather. Yet, she made quite the statement with her fur heart-shaped coat, so she is eclectic but fun. As for her personal life, she was introduced through OG. Lisa Barlow's So Large and in Charge was expected. She is a philanthropist and activist. Bronwyn did raise some eyebrows, and not just for her daring choice of dress. She is married to Todd Bradley and has been for around a decade. Yet Bronwyn is just 39, whereas Todd is 65, but this is not uncommon on these shows. Her co-star, Whitney Rose, and her husband, Justin, are 18 years apart. Bronwyn has an adult daughter, while Todd has 2 grown children. They appear to be very happy together and enjoy their lifestyle, which includes 6 dogs: Zoe, Claire, Francis, PD, Remy, and Freddie. Unfortunately, those dogs may be causing a lot of trouble for the couple, especially Todd. According to The Sun, Todd is being sued for one of the boxers biting an Instacart driver. Now, Todd Bradley has been sued twice in the last 2 years over situations with the dogs. So this is not something new to him. Yet, what makes this incident different? The suit was filed in February 2024, and they are alleging that she was doing her job in August 2022. She dropped groceries off at Todd's Salt Lake City home. Per the documents, things went awry. During the delivery, she was suddenly attacked by one of Bradley's dogs, which was on the property. Then she was attacked, bitten, and scratched by one of the boxers, unclear of which one. Allegedly, Bronwyn Newport and Todd Bradley's dog caused significant damage to the driver. She alleged that the RHOSLC star's pup harmed her deeply, and she sustained significant physical injuries, suffering both special and general damages including, but not limited to, medical expenses, pain and suffering, mental anguish, emotional trauma, permanent disfigurement, loss of earning capacity, lost wages, and loss of capacity and enjoyment of life. The driver also noted that the dogs have a history of attacking and biting. It seems they rule the home, especially after what Heather Gay saw when she visited. She was taken aback by how uncontrollable they were, and the fact that there was feces all over the floor. Before the Instacart situation, an Amazon driver had sued Todd, saying he was suddenly attacked by Bradley's dogs, which were on the property. Currently, the first case is still open while the second was closed as it was inactive. Do you think that Bronwyn and Todd are now responsible for controlling their dogs? More so, what should be done to keep drivers safe? Let us know and watch RHOSLC Wednesdays on Bravo. The atmosphere in the Newport household was once idyllic, a vision of luxury and perfect family life that seemed straight out of a dream. But as with any dream, reality has a way of sneaking in uninvited, especially when it's a nightmare in the form of lawsuits. Todd Newport, the seemingly calm and collected husband of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Bronwyn Newport, is now facing a series of legal battles after a dog attack left multiple victims seriously injured. The shocking twist has left both fans and the public gasping for answers, as the Newports attempt to salvage their family's reputation while navigating the storm of lawsuits that has suddenly engulfed them. The calm before the storm. To understand how this mess began, it's important to take a look at the Newport family's public image before the lawsuits erupted. Todd and Bronwyn Newport had long been known as one of the most glamorous couples on RHOSLC. Todd, a successful businessman with an air of quiet sophistication, seemed to balance his high-profile marriage to Bronwyn with ease. Bronwyn, with her sharp wit and unforgettable presence, quickly became a fan favorite, known for her fierce loyalty to her friends and her stylish, impeccable taste. The Newports lived in a luxurious Salt Lake City mansion, where family gatherings, glamorous parties, and charity events painted a picture of their perfect life. Behind the glossy reality TV moments, however, there were cracks forming in the facade. The Newport family's history with dogs was seemingly uneventful, with their pets appearing in the occasional social media post and family photo. Yet the moment that would turn their world upside down had been brewing for months, quietly, unnoticed by most. The incident, a dog's bite. It all started with one of the Newport family's seemingly harmless pets, a German Shepherd named Max. Max had always been Todd's companion, an obedient and well-trained dog that Todd often bragged about during interviews and public appearances. But what Todd didn't expect was the sudden aggression that would erupt from his normally docile dog. The attack occurred in the most unexpected of circumstances. Max, while out on a walk with Todd, became agitated when a neighbor's young child came too close, trying to pet the dog. The child, who was just 5 years old, had a history of being comfortable around animals, but in this instance, Max had a momentary lapse of judgment. A sudden snap, and the dog lunged, sinking its teeth into the child's arm before Todd could react. The child was immediately rushed to the hospital, where the extent of the injuries, a deep bite that required several stitches, became clear. At first, Todd thought the incident was isolated, an unfortunate mistake. He immediately apologized to the child's parents, offered to cover medical bills, and promised to keep a closer watch on Max in the future. However, the ripple effect of that moment was far from over. The lawsuits begin. Despite Todd's attempts at damage control, the situation only escalated. The first lawsuit came weeks later, when the parents of the injured child filed a formal complaint, claiming that Todd's failure to adequately train or restrain the dog was responsible for their child's injury. They accused Todd of negligence, asserting that the incident could have been avoided had he taken more precautions or kept a tighter hold on Max. The lawsuit sought both compensation for medical expenses and damages for emotional distress. But this was just the beginning. As the news broke of the dog attack, more individuals came forward, claiming they had been injured or terrified by Max in the past. Some described being bitten by the dog years ago, but never reporting it. Others told stories of feeling threatened or unsafe during encounters with the dog while visiting the Newport household. Legal experts speculated that these testimonies were likely to feed into the growing web of lawsuits, amplifying the Newport's problems. It wasn't long before Todd was slapped with several lawsuits, each one claiming that the dog's aggressive behavior was not an isolated incident but part of a larger pattern of negligence. In one suit, a neighbor described being knocked down by Max during a jog, leaving the jogger with bruised ribs and a broken arm. In another, a pet groomer who had worked with Max in the past alleged that she had been bitten by the dog when trying to cut its nails, leading to a swollen hand and temporary loss of movement in her fingers. With each new lawsuit, Todd's reputation and the Newport family's public image began to unravel. The strain on Bronwyn and the family. As if the lawsuits weren't enough, the emotional toll began to weigh heavily on Bronwyn as well. The glamorous life she had built with Todd was suddenly under siege, with tabloids and social media buzzing about the dog attack and its aftermath. Bronwyn, usually unflappable in the face of controversy, found herself defending her husband in a way she hadn't anticipated. During a heated RHOSLC reunion episode, she sat next to Todd, trying to stay composed as cameras flashed, while the other housewives expressed their shock and sympathy. "You're telling me this is the Todd we've all been seeing for years?" Lisa Barlow asked incredulously, raising an eyebrow. "This is a side of him we never knew." The comments stung, but they also ignited something in Bronwyn. Despite her deep love for her husband, she wasn't blind to the gravity of the situation. "No one, not even Todd, expected this to happen," she replied, her voice steady but weary. "We're doing everything we can to make it right." But despite her fierce defense of her family, Bronwyn was left facing questions about whether her public life, carefully curated for the cameras, could survive this kind of scandal. The backlash was intense, and some fans began questioning the Newport family's handling of the situation. A turning point. Can Todd recover? As the lawsuits progress, Todd Newport faces a crossroads in both his personal life and his business ventures. With the legal fees mounting and his reputation tarnished, he has been forced to take a step back from the public eye. The Newport family's once unshakable foundation is now on the brink of collapse, with many wondering whether Todd will be able to reclaim his former status. The question on everyone's mind remains, can Todd Newport recover from this dog attack scandal, or will it spell the end of his family's carefully constructed empire? In the weeks ahead, as more details unfold and the lawsuits continue to pile up, it's clear that the Newport's journey is far from over. Whether they'll emerge victorious or broken by the weight of their troubles remains to be seen. But one thing is for certain, the Newport family will never be the same.